Hello everybody, and welcome back to Supernova. I'm kind of enjoying this. It's like My Hero Academia, except like gay and furry, which makes it immediately more, I don't know, appealing to me. Because I'm not that big on My Hero Academia, but I could see myself being into this. I'm a bad person. I'm sorry. I am slow to wake up. There's a dull pain in my chest and back. My eyes flutter open, and I find myself in some kind of hospital room. It's very small, cramped even. There's nobody here, and there are no windows. The medical bed I'm on is uncomfortable, and I wince in pain when I try to shift my weight. The symmetric, wait, synthetic, that synthetic sounding voices, that voice startled me, and I almost fall off the bed. Gil? Synthetic voice. I can't do that. Good morning, Mr. Saunders? Saunders? I look around to identify the source of the voice, but nobody's there with me, and I can find no other source. It seems to be coming from somewhere above me instead. Hello? What's happening? I hear a slight humming noise from the voice speaking again. Before the voice speaking again. This. You're in a safe location. You are picked up by a super fang. My mind races as I recall the events prior to me losing consciousness. Lucas's shot at the construction yard, us chilling on the building, the crash, the fight. Templar. Did Templar make it? The hum again. I am not at liberty to elucidate. What about Lucas Rodriguez, the Colpio that was at that place? Colpio. I don't have my phone on me. Is that an animal species? Is that a? I didn't know what animal he was, so I'm gonna assume that's what. Okay. No civilian casualties were reported. I breathe deeply to try and slow my heartbeat, then search my surroundings as I run my paws through my head fur. No sign, no sign of my phone or wallet, or my clothes for that matter. I'm wearing some kind of hospital gown. Are you my doctor? I am not a medical professional. I am Gil, a virtual assistant. It is, however, my assignment to ensure your care at the moment. Where am I? Where exactly am I? I am not at liberty to elucidate. Elucidate. I don't have my phone on me, but I do have my laptop. So elucidate. You won't hear it because it's gonna go through my headphones. So I'm sorry.
Elucidate.
Elucidate. Okay, see, I'm saying it right.
Elucidate.
Elucidate. Make something or clear. Explained. Oh, actually, where does what is that? Colpio? Colpio. What is this? What are this friend? What? How is this pronounced? Colpio. Uh whoops. Oh, damn it. It's not giving me the this is probably far less entertaining when you can't actually hear the thing. And what do you mean you don't have it, Webster? Where's the sound button? Ah, fine. A South American mammal. Oh, that was formerly considered a true dog, genus Canis. Formerly. What? Okay. Also, any of severely close related species. Interesting. sometimes known as the Zoro Colpio. That's a lot of Paramo wolf, Andean wolf, and the Colpio fox. Okay, is a species of South American fox. Regardless of the name, it is not a true fox, but more closely related to wolves and jackals. It appears resembling to... Okay. Those are kind of cute. They have long snoots, though, from this image. And our friend Lucas did not have a long and skinny snoot. Oh, well. Maybe that would have been too cute, you know? And we're supposed to... I assume our raccoon friend is supposed to be super cute. We had that extreme close-up, and he's in... Him in the main menu screen's really cute, though. I'll give him that. Where's the... Okay. There's only a single door leading out of the room. While I suspect that I'm supposed to wait, I still decide to get up to stretch my legs. Gil doesn't object. I'm not in much pain as I thought, although my body is very sore. How long have I been here? You have been unconscious for 37 hours and 8 minutes since you were first brought here. It has been 7 minutes since your awakening. I am a little unnerved by the presence of a computerized assistant who I can only hear. Anything wrong with me? Multiple concussions, a minor blood loss, fracture of the scapula. None of these conditions is life-threatening. I sigh, somewhat relieved, and immediately make the mistake of rolling my shoulders. The piercing pain in my left side announces the presence of the fractured Gil just mentioned. I take a moment to recover, then walk towards the door. There's no handle. Please refrain from attempting to access the rest of the facility. The team has been alerted to your awakening. I nod and step away, contemplating the implication. Gil says Superfane picked me up from that condo, Templar's teammate. I hope that means they came in time to save Templar. It looks like I'm about to meet the rest of the Sentinels. As in on cue, someone steps through the wall right next to me. Literally through the wall. Oh, fuck! I stumble back, breathing heavily. I recognized Unbound immediately, of course. The bear is wearing her signature white and purple costume, face hidden behind a mask, her eyes and brown muzzle visible. Her form is oddly blurry as she steps through, but it takes on a more solid appearance almost immediately. My apologies. I didn't mean to startle you. She doesn't sound particularly apologetic, but I nod, my mouth dry. I'm standing in front of another superhero. I swallow, but before I say anything, she angles her muzzle up towards the ceiling. Gil, inform the others to gather in the meeting room as soon as possible. Baron in Black? What is this? Mensis? Mensis? Is that what this word is? And Superfang have been alerted. Thank you. Unbound turns to me. Come. She exits the room through the wall, and for a moment I'm left there to gape. There's a click at the door to the side of the... and it slides to the side, opening the way. I find myself in a dimly lit hallway, which looks nothing like what I have seen from in any hospital. Am I in the Sentinel's secret base? The nerd part of me wants to dance in excitement, but I truly have no idea what's going on. Even if a superhero rescued me from the condo, I would expect to be dumped at a nearby hospital. So, what am I doing here? Unbound strides ahead of me, and I hurry to catch up. Is Templar okay? He was in pretty bad shape. The superhero stops and gives me a long, searching look that makes me rather uneasy. Templar passed away before any of us were able to get there. Oh. My heart sinks into my stomach. Was I... was I really a witness to the death of one of the greatest superheroes of Nova City, if not the entire country? This feels unreal. Come. Dozens of questions are on my tongue, but Unbound seems too impatient to talk. We walk through the door that slides open at our approach and cross a short catwalk into another hallway. I suspect Unbound could be taking shortcuts with her powers, but she's not, likely for my benefit. Normally, I'd be trying to get glimpses of as much of this place as I can, but the news of Templar's death has me completely distracted. So it takes me by surprise when we suddenly step into a bright circular room with an upraised a platform in the middle. There's a thick round table standing there. In the middle, a hologram projection floats above it, displaying some data I have no... Oh, that music looks loud. At least on my levels. Let's do that real quick. And displaying some data I have no frame of reference to understand. The walls of the room are littered with large monitors displaying dozens of images and video feeds. 5 seats are arranged around the center table, but only one of them is occupied by the moment, by Mensis. The hood he normally uses to conceal his face is down. The fox has only a domino mask covering his eyes. He's holding what I quickly realize is a Rubik's Cube. Which disappears promptly into the folds of his outfit. His whiskers twitch at the approach, and he leaps from his seat. Nick, good to meet you. I'm somewhat taken aback by his friendly tone, a sharp contrast to Unbound, who has been deadly serious so far. Mensis shakes my hand, smiling pleasantly, then puts a paw softly on my back and pushes me towards one of the empty seats. Good to meet you, too, Mensis? This is incredibly awkward. I take a seat away. I take a seat away. That's weird. Okay. You think it would just say, like, I sit down in the seat, but okay. I don't know how writing works, guys. I don't know if this sounds better or not. Fidgeting nervously. Unbound is just standing there, looking at the wall display. Hope you don't mind that we look at your driver's license. Had to know who we were dealing with. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. But, why am I here? Mensis tilts his head to the side and then points at my right hand. Huh? I only now notice that there's a coppery red band bound to my wrist. At first I think it's plastic, but then I touch it and I realize it's actually metal. It slides upon... it sits incredibly snug and feels practically weightless. If I wasn't looking at it, I wouldn't know it was there at all. The surface is very smooth, and even though there are some images engraved onto it, I give Mensis a confused look. What's this? Well, you know. The source of Templar's powers. He chuckles at me at my dumbfounded look. I think it means you're his successor. The hell he is. I swivel my chair in the direction of the new voice. Look at this lad. Look, a little overtuned, I think, but like... Oh man, what are you? Like a discount Gear Chronicle person? Like, oh no, Gear Chronicle players are gonna be upset at that, aren't they? That's okay. That's okay. The Baron in black is in his full steampunk getup and holding a cane, stalking into the room. He is wearing an intricate clockwork mask and is otherwise covered practically head to toe to the point I can't even tell what species he is. Despite not seeing his eyes, I can feel feel him glaring at me. I sink further into the chair. Mensis waves a paw to the Baron, dismissively. I turn my face back to the fox. What do you mean, exactly? What you just heard. The bracelet is passed from one person to another, and it is what makes one Templar. I don't know how or why, but we found it on your wrist. Baron stands next to Unbound, continuing to glare at me.
Why is he sitting here?
Before anyone can answer, the final member of the team runs into the room, through the entrance at the opposite side. Unlike the rest of his teammates, Superfang is not wearing his mask, and I can see the tiger's face fully. Oh, he cute.
Sorry. There was a robbery on 3rd, so I had a brief detour. I'm here now. Where in the hell's your mask? What? We're in HQ. I figured.
His gaze finds me, and he smiles sheepishly.
Whoops.
I look carefully at the tiger. He seems oddly familiar. Wait, Vince Morley? Everyone is staring at me now. Superfang. Vince blinks several times.
Do we know each other?
I glance nervously around and force a smile. Yeah, we went to the same high school. I was a sophomore when you graduated. Baron in black buries his mask in his palm, and then looks at Superfang.
God damn it! God fucking damn it! Good job, champ! Just what we need, a high school reunion.
The tiger looks mortified as he shuffles over to take a seat. But by the way he keeps peeking at me, I can tell that he doesn't remember me. I'm not that memorable, am I?
Anyway, I thought I instructed Gil to have him.
The Baron waves a paw in my direction.
Locked up. What gives?
I decided to have it would be expedient if we heard what happened from him directly, right here. I am confident he does not present a threat. I sure don't. Especially with how small I'm feeling at the moment. I really wish the Baron would stop glaring at me. Knowing an actual superhero dislikes me for no reason I can comprehend right now, it's making me agitated.
How do you have the bracelet?
I glance down at the metal bracelet. I have no idea how it ended up on my wrist. I think Templar gave it to me. Baron snorts.
No way the fuck would he do that?
Unbound raises her paws to silence him. Nick, can you tell us exactly what happened before you found yourself here? I bite my lip before nodding. I tell them everything. How we drove to Magnolia Hill, Lucas's decision to film on the top floor, and the abandoned constructions. How we saw two figures flying at us, the fight, the smashed staircase, my attempt to distract the superpowered assailant. The way Templar finally drove him off before collapsing, our brief conversation. Then he asked me to promise to use it well, and then I think for a moment, trying to collect my thoughts. There was this burning in my wrist, and then I was on the floor. It's all very blurry. That's when I passed out. There's a long silence after I finish speaking. Unbound exchanges a look with Baron, and I can't quite read while Superfang and Mensis both stare sorrowfully at the table. I look at the tiger, who now has his mask on for some reason. It seems like he quietly put his mask back on while nobody was paying attention. It's kind of adorable, really, and would have me chuckling in any other circumstance. Not now, though. The friend I mentioned, Lucas, do you know if he made it out fine? It's Mensis who responds.
He was fine. I spoke with him briefly before Superfang took you and Templar away.
Relief washes over me. Gil mentioned there was no casualties, but that could have meant any number of things. There's another long silence. The Baron is the first to speak.
This is bullshit. Why would he give his power to you? Templar has a son, for fuck's sake. He has a daughter too, you know. Right. Regardless, why would he give the bracelet to some rando?
I hug my shoulders and look down. That's a pretty good question. One I don't have an answer to. Frankly, part of me thinks this is some kind of joke. It's obvious that the others don't have a retort either.
Besides, why the fuck would we believe any of what he says is true? For all we know, he attacked Templar and took the bracelet by force. Didn't look like it to me.
Superfang says, almost in a whisper, not quite meeting his teammate's eye. You know the boy wouldn't be wearing it if the artifact didn't consider him worthy. The fact is, the bracelet is on Nick, and despite our best efforts, we have been unable to remove it. I frown slightly at that. It makes me, wait, what? Reading's hard, guys. It makes sense that they would try that, I suppose, but the thought still makes me strangely uncomfortable.
Maybe he needs to do it himself, so I will ask nicely. Hand over the bracelet.
I just sit there, unable to articulate a single thought. Templar said to use it well. It's obvious now he meant his bracelet, his power. But I'm no superhero. What the hell am I doing?
Can you take it off, Nick?
I place a paw on the band. It's slightly warm to the touch. I don't want to do that. Templar entrusted me with this. That's enough, Baron. Unable to... Unbound turns to him, her tone calm but firm. I would think you, of all people, would respect Templar's wishes. The Baron rounds at the bear, his mask glinting menacingly.
I respect his legacy, and I know his most prized possession wouldn't fall into a fucking high schooler.
I'm in college. That earns me another glare from the Baron, and a chuckle from Mensis. I think it's clear, at least, that we can't remove the bracelet against Nick's wishes.
We can still chop off his arm.
I recoil, clutching said arm, as if I'm about to be strapped to an operating table. Mensis growls.
I'm joking, you fucking people.
He'd probably do it, though. The Baron glances over at Superfang, who has been very quiet so far.
Care to weigh in, champ?
The tiger shakes his head. The look on his face is that of a cub watching his parents argue. The Baron snorts again.
So, what now? We welcome the new Templar into our ranks, throw a little party, balloons, cake?
I gape at him. I'm not Templar.
No shit.
I mean, I can't be a superhero. The Baron lifts a paw in a see what I'm talking about gesture.
I can't deal with this right now. I need to speak with Sarah about the funeral arrangements. How about you knuckleheads call me when you've managed to dislodge your muzzles from your asses?
I like him, he's fun. The cutest one is Superfang, though. Like, what? With that, the Baron leaves the room faster than any of his teammates can object. Mensis Mensis, next to me, rubs his eyes.
Sorry about that, Nick. Baron is not taking Templar's death well.
I can see that. He was really joking, right? About my arm?
Yeah.
Wow. The tiger doesn't sound nearly as confident as I would have liked. I hug my arm. Mensis glances between me and Superfang.
You, really know each other?
Yeah, from Greenville High. There's a look of recognition in the tiger's eyes.
Oh, Nick Sanders, right?
Sunders. Okay, how is this pronounced? Is it Saunders? Saunders? Saunders, right? Right? I don't... Okay. Superfang gives me a toothy grin.
Yup, now I remember. You were the scrawny raccoon from Drama Club.
That's me, all right. I wasn't that scrawny, though, I think. Actually, Vince himself has bulked up a lot since high school. He must be twice as wide as he was in his senior year. It's all muscle, too, and looks great. I wonder if he was already superpowered back then. God, it's surreal to sit here with a guy I used to go to high school with, who's apparently one of the most popular superheroes out there. So, how long ago did this happen to you? He smiles. His smile widens.
Freshman year in college. Crazy, right?
You've no idea. There's a brief silence after that. I try not to stare too hard at any of the superheroes around me. Unbound, who has been gazing thoughtfully after the Baron this whole time, finally turns to me. Nick, I understand this is a lot to process. Templar was an integral part of our team, and his loss will be felt for years to come. I did not expect you to replace him. Frankly, I don't think you can. But it appears that fate has conspired to place his responsibilities on your shoulders, and I need to know what you intend to do with it. I squirm under her intense scrutiny. I don't think I have a choice, do I?
You absolutely do.
Not truly, no. Mensis and Unbound stare and speak in unison. The exchange frowns and frowns at their wildly different responses. Vince, meanwhile, regards me curiously. I take a shuddering breath. I'll need some time to think about it, I suppose. Unbound nods and waves her paw around. You should linger here, for now, to recuperate and to ensure your safety. We don't know if the one who killed Templar might come looking for you. Gil, was Nick's phone intact?
It was.
Gil's synthetic voice replies. I had completely forgotten about his presence. Then I suggest you call your loved ones and assure them that you are safe. Obviously, they cannot know the truth about any of this. You were, officially at the St. George Memorial Hospital. Is that correct, Gil?
It is, Unbound.
I nod to everything the bear is saying. As antagonizing as Baron has been, Unbound's intense, piercing gaze has left me unnerved. I see a paw land on my shoulder. I'm here if you want to talk about all this.
I'm gonna be around too. Just ask Gil to let us know if you want to chat.
Thanks. I realize Unbound intends to guide me back to the medical room, so I race from my chair to follow. Mensis and Superfang start talking about something I can't quite make out, and we leave the room. Unbound is silent as we walk, so I decide not to bother her with any questions right now. One thing's for sure, this is a lot to process. I don't know where to start. The bracelet catches some of the ambient light. I had no idea Templar's powers weren't innate, or that they were passed from one person to another. Unbound mentioned something about only someone worthy being able to wear it. Is that a thing? Sounds like the kind of fairy tale bullshit that would inspire one of those fantasy books I love, not a source of an actual superhero's power. Then again, I know that some heroes draw power from more mystical places, other dimensions and stuff. Nevertheless, the idea that I could even be worthy was, whatever that means, of something like this seems incomprehensible. I've literally done nothing ever remotely heroic all my life, besides swinging that piece of rhubarb into the supervillain's back, I suppose. Would have been more heroic if I didn't sneak up on him first, though. My head is starting to spin. Rest. Unbound ushers me into the room. The door slides closed behind her. My phone is somehow found its way onto the tiny table next to the bed, but I don't feel like making calls yet. My stomach churns at the idea of talking to my worried parents. Lucas definitely would have told them what happened. I wonder if this was on the news. I guess I can check. I browsed the internet for a while, looking for any mentions of the fight. Oddly, nothing. Maybe the Sentinels don't want the story of Templar's death out there yet. I have so many missed calls and messengers. Shit. I put my phone away and stare into the ceiling for a while. My thoughts coming back to everything said in the meeting room earlier. I know there was a. This is a bad reading session, isn't it? I'm sorry, guys. I know that there was definitely more to the discussion between the Sentinels than I caught, but I'm not about to start speculating about that. I'm actually getting an headache right now. I contemplate just sleeping on it, but I know I shouldn't be this selfish, so I grab my phone again. Nick? My mom's voice is frantic. Yeah, Mom, it's me. Oh my goodness! We've been worried sick. How are you? I'm fine. I'm fine. Just some bruises. Nothing else. Her voice rises to pitch. Oh boy. Just some bruises. Nick, it's been almost 2 days. We came to the hospital twice, but they wouldn't let us see you. I know. Apparently the police wanted to be the first to speak with me. I grimace as the words leave my muzzle. Not my best lie, but I suppose I can work with that. I'm going to give the hospital a piece of my mind tomorrow. And you better have remembered the name of the officer who spoke with you. They'll be hearing from me too. Mom, oh for God's sakes, I'm fine, okay? I just slept a while. It's not a big deal. It's a big deal when I'm not allowed to see my son. Your father was about ready to burst the door down himself. Yeah, okay. I'm pretty mad too, but honestly, I'm just glad I wasn't hurt badly. Isn't that all that really matters? Well, I'll be out of here tomorrow. I know that's likely not true, but if I tell them it's going to be more than that, my mom will insist on visiting again, and the whole charade will collapse. We're picking you up first thing in the morning. Lucas will pick me up. He's a lad. I like him. Lucas already promised to pick me up, okay? He has my car. Oh, Lucas. I suppose. Are you sure that's fine? Yeah, positive. How about I promise to come see you guys next weekend, after I'm done with exams? My mom doesn't reply immediately. I can hear her speak with Dad, but not the exact words being exchanged. All right, honey. And just don't forget. And bring Lucas. Oh, okay. Is she friends with Lucas? Is she on good terms? I guess I don't know how to phrase that, you know. Was he the one who told you guys? Yes. He was very worried about you. Okay, well... okay then. I'll see you when... I'll see you if he has time to come. Call you soon. Make sure you do that. Alright, Mom. I'm sorry to worry you. Bye. Good night, sweetie. I end the call and stare down at my phone. All things considered, that was pretty painless. Mom can be a real handful at times, but at least I managed to talk her down. I guess whatever the Sentinels did to keep up the appearances of me being at the hospital worked remarkably well. Normally, I'd be interested in how they and how they persuaded anybody to go along with this, but it's frankly the least of my worries right now. I decided to text Lucas next, not call because we're just not on. We're not that buddy-buddy. Why phone call when we can text? I have a dozen missed calls from him and even more messages. Damn. Oh, okay, we got... Okay. Hey, dude, just woke up. I'm all good.
Holy shit! I've been, going mad worried. What the fuck? What the fuck happened?
Don't worry. Don't know, honestly. Something must have hit me during the fight. You good? It takes a moment to type his response, and I stutter nervously at the screen. Yeah. Good. The nurse said Superfang brought me here. Did you see him?
Saw him jump up there. Spoke with Mensis though. Told me told me where I'd
no, don't scroll that fast. Ah, no.
Told me where I'd find you, but wouldn't let me see you.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, nurse said no, stop. No, fuck you. Okay. Yeah, I know. Sorry, the nurse said I should be good to go soon. You got my car?
No, you had the keys.
Oh, right. Okay. I'll message you tomorrow night.
Call?
Signal sucks, but I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, sure. Good night.
God damn it. What a mess. I messaged several other friends, then put my phone down. I noticed some fresh clothes on the chair in the corner of the room. Do the Sentinels have someone taking care of stuff like this in their secret base? I glance at the ceiling. Something more like... Thank you, Gil.
There is no need to thank me, Mr. Saunders.
Just Nick is fine.
Your preference has been noted.
Is there a bathroom and shower I can use?
I will guide you to the facilities.
I nod and pick up the clean clothes, and then leave the room. As promised, Gil's synthetic voice guides me down a couple dim hallways. Now that I'm getting a proper look, this whole place seems a little cramped, at least when I come to the corridors connecting the various rooms. Gil, how large is this place?
The base has spaces for the needs of all members of the team, so as well as meeting rooms, as well as a meeting room, training facility, a garage, and several other spaces that you are currently unable to access.
Asking where exactly all this is located is probably pointless. Gil guides me into a spacious bathroom, equipped with everything I need at the moment. I undress and look myself in the mirror. My fur has been cleaned at some point, but it's still a mess. When I parted on my chest, I wince at the sight. My fur does a good job of concealing it, but right now my torso is pretty much one giant bruise. It's really a wonder that supervillain didn't shatter my ribs. I suppose I should count myself lucky. Very lucky. Sighing, I step into the shower and just stand there under the hot water for a solid 10 minutes before I make any moves to clean myself. Yeah, I've done that before. Have you ever just, like, fell asleep standing up in the shower? And, like, half an hour goes by, and you're like, shit, that's a waste of water. Whoops. Oh, it's, you know, look. I don't know what to say about myself. It doesn't happen often. It's fine. It's fine. There are several bathrobes hanging there for when I'm done, but I like to ignore them and just put on the clothes provided to me. The thought of any of the superheroes I just met walking around their hallways in a bathrobe or wrapped in a towel, bringing a chuckle to my muzzle. Gil directs me back to the room. I'm not looking forward to sleeping on a medical bed again, but I'm not about to start whining about it. Before I drift off, I just stare at the bracelet adorning my wrist. I can't tell what the material is made of. The engraving seems to depict a heavily stylized warrior surrounded by a weave of odd, Celtic-looking patterns and glyphs. Appropriate, I suppose. I need to know way more about this. Hopefully the Sentinels can explain. And then I need to make a decision. It's a simple choice, really. Do something with what Templar gave me, or don't. Except there's nothing simple about it. But I'm not about to tackle that right now. Despite having woken up not that long ago, I'm already exhausted, drained. It'll have to wait for tomorrow. Ah, lit. Okay. Save. We'll just... Oh, I guess I'll just... I'll do this. We'll just take me back to the main menu. This way? Or like... Okay. I still think this is really cute. Like this whole main menu thing, it makes me think that I'm gonna be friends with Mensis and more importantly Super Fang, who is obviously best boy. He's pretty cute. I like him a lot. Anyway, I guess I'll see you guys when the next build comes out. So, bye everyone.